Hello everyone, welcome back to our Flutter lab. In today's experiment, we are going to learn about button widget in Flutter. Before learning buttons, we need to understand how a Flutter application starts, right? So generally, a Flutter application starts from import statement, from main.dart, right? So every Flutter application will begins with main.dart. Okay, so before we begin about button widgets, I would like to explain you all about main.dart, because every Flutter application begins with main.file. Okay, with main.file, right? So every Flutter application, I'll have a notes also. You guys can have notes simultaneously while doing this. Okay, I'll just maintain a readme.nd here so that it will be fine. So for before today, my agenda is all about to explain you all about button widget. Button widget. So before exploring something about button widget, we need to understand if you are watching this or else if you are watching this session for the first time, you are not in the classes of you haven't seen my previous classes. Even that you guys can understand about this widget and how to run the application of Flutter. Clear? So we need to before right now, in generic, I have created a lot of widgets to learn as part of Flutter. I have created till now I have created text widget, icon widget, container widget. In that way, I have created so many widgets. As part of it, I would like to make you understand about button widgets. So button widgets are simply like, you guys can see in ATM machine we have withdraw button, and in lift we have elevators like first floor, second floor, and third floor. And these like 1 2 3 are like buttons. Okay, and 1 2 3 are like floors. And in calculator we can see like we have strip like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 8 9. The like these type of buttons we see in real world buttons, right? So in login, when you are going to log in at some websites, you will have a login button like this. So how to create all these type of buttons, and what all type of buttons we have in this Flutter? So that's what I would like to explore. So before exploring about buttons, I would like you guys to understand about like how the Flutter application will start. So before so that we need to understand how a Flutter we need to understand how a Flutter application starts, right? We need to understand how a Flutter application starts, right? So for that, we need to, for every Flutter application, every Flutter answer for the above, the answer is every Flutter application starts begin with the main.dart. So before exploring about button widget, we'll understand about main.dart, what we have written so far in this main.dart. Okay, so in this main.dart we have I'm commenting this, control K, control C. So we have import statements. So import statement, import package, import import package flutter material.dart. So whenever we want to use something created by another person or something like that, we need to import it. So in the same manner, so in real life, let's say for example, suppose you want to write a notes. So can you write without a pen? No, right? So you first need a pen. Similarly, if you want to create an application, we first need Flutter widgets. So we have Flutter widgets in material.dart. Okay, so we import material.dart. So that's the reason we have written import package Flutter material.dart. Clear? Now to the next, we need to understand what is material. So material is a design. What is material? What is material? This you guys need to understand. What is I mean, in generic, so many people, so many students will ask me what is materials are. So material design is a design created by Google. Okay, it provides ready-made UI components like buttons, text, okay, and icons and app bars, and for basic structure we have scaffold and cards. These all UI components we can find in under material design. Okay, so we can find in this material design like many more. In that we have buttons, text, icons, app bars, scaffold, cards. We are all these we have under material.dart. So the reason we are importing, someone who is nothing but Google created all these widgets. So from that we are importing this package flutter material.dart. Okay, so and to the next we are currently using button widget.dart. So I'm uncommenting this. And I also have like into the down we have button widget. I need to open that. So I've uncommented that as well from home method. And in generic, Flutter won't know about button widget. So we need to, I mean, main.dart also doesn't know. We need to what Flutter doesn't know what elevated button, what is row widget, what is column widget. We don't know all this, right? We are using all these separate in separate files. Hence all these type of buttons we can find under package flutter material.dart. Okay, even that if you can see the scaffold, we have a scaffold over here. I mean, we are under this we can see the scaffold. So scaffold is also from material.dart. And so now currently we'll understand about import button widget underscore button underscore widget.dart. So this file is created by us, but Flutter gives us widgets. So now we are importing our own widget. So own widget, which is nothing but button underscore widget dot dart. Okay, without importing this, Flutter cannot find out, right? So the reason we have created button underscore widget file over here. Okay, so I'll explain about button underscore widget dot dart. So here now, next to this void main. So void main, this is the one of the most important thing to understand in main.dart. So in generic, void main, I have told you about void main is a entry point, is an entry point. So let's say, for example, you are entering into a let's say I can explain void main. We have completed first line. In the second line, void main. So in void main, in generic, I used to tell you guys about this. Is like this is the entry point. This is the entry point. You can also say in this way, but in real life, let's say for example, you are entering into a shopping mall. Okay, so there is only one entrance, right? So there is only one entrance there. So similarly, every Flutter application has only one entrance. Okay, so the entry is main. Okay, so whenever we start the application using Flutter run, as you can see here, we are running the application using Flutter run. So using Flutter run, so the Flutter, whenever we start the application using Flutter run, Flutter first looks for the main. So this is, then it will start executing. Okay, so in generic we can understand like run button, and then it will go to main, then application starts. Right, so in this way we can understand. So then what is runApp? Next to that we have understood so far about void main, and next we need to understand about runApp. So runApp So what is runApp? You need to understand about this. So you have bought a, for example, you have bought a new television. Okay, until you press power on, nothing appears, right? That's what in generic, right? So similarly when runApp, when we write runApp, it will turn on the Flutter application. So till now what we understood, runApp starts the application, runApp starts Flutter and display application. So till void main what we understood, like run button in main.dart. So what I'll do is, in main.dart we understood about void main. Void main is, we can just simply open this, we can write till this point and we can take this copy code to readme.md and we can paste over here and we can understand about this, right? After from void main. So void main is the entry point. Example, when you are entering into a shopping mall, there is only one entrance. In the same similar way, for every Flutter application has only one entrance, so the entrance is main. So and then whenever we start the application using Flutter run, Flutter first looks for the main and then it will start executing. But after run button we have main, then application starts. So after we have runApp, right? We have written runApp. So this runApp is nothing but you have got a new television. Until you press power on, nothing appears. Similarly, runApp turns on the Flutter application and turns on the Flutter application. Then constant MyApp. We have constant MyApp. Okay, constant MyApp creates, what's MyApp? We created our own. What is MyApp in this? Again, till here. So in under this, so why MyApp? Okay, why MyApp? So we created our own widget called MyApp. So Flutter says what should I display? So we are saying, or we are replying as display. Okay, display MyApp. Understood? So why MyApp is creating? We created our own widget. I mean, void main we understood. We understood about runApp. In MyApp, constant is which will not change. It will be constant means it is like constant. It is like nothing to change. Okay, and in MyApp is nothing but we created our own widget name called MyApp. In that Flutter says what should I mean when we are running the application, we started with runApp, then it switched on, but it doesn't know what should I display. So we are saying that we are replying display MyApp. So to the next, we are extending this MyApp. To the next, we are extending this MyApp to two types of widgets. One type is stateless widget and other is stateful widget, right? So in generic, when we see this main.dart, after this we have class MyApp extends stateless widget. Okay, stateless widget. So don't get fear when you see this line. What is all this? Sir is not explaining about all this. I'm not having that much time sometimes. So we need to understand about this. Okay, so the next line, as per our as part of our void main.dart, we need to understand about this. So I am completing this, right? So I'm not deviating from what I want to say about complete in this lecture. So as in this lecture I would like to complete about button widget. For as part of it, I have started explaining you about main.dart. So in main, because every application will start with every Flutter application will start with main.dart. So as part of main.dart, we have till now so far we have understood about import, why we are importing this line. Package Flutter material.dart, and I've explained you about import button underscore widget.dart. And coming to this, we have so far completed about void main and runApp and constant and MyApp. Now to the next line, I would like to explain you about why we have written this class MyApp and extending that into stateless widget. Have explained you about, you can also search in Google and everything, right, about stateless widget and stateful widget, what does it exactly means, and I've explained this in multiple classes as well. I don't want to make you understand about this, but I would like to go beyond this. Okay, so let's go to readme.md, and now so in generic in class also I've told you everything in Flutter is a widget. Even a button is a widget. Okay, and the text is a widget. And app bar, which we see on the top of the screen of every application. Let's say what means app bar. I'll show you. App bar, which is nothing but this line. I mean, real world button examples, we have this line, right? So app bar in generic, app bar, I mean on the top of the application. top of the application what we are exploring. This is all this place is called as app bar. Okay, so app bar is also a widget. All these are widgets are again from Google. Okay, and therefore we create MyApp. MyApp is a customized widget which we have created, right? Because we created it. So now MyApp, which I have created, extends I mean it inherits to, or we can say takes features from StatelessWidget. So now okay, so in generic everything in Flutter is a widget. Even a button is a widget, and text is a widget, and app bar is a widget. So here into the next line, MyApp. So this MyApp is a customized widget because we created it, right? So where we have created, so we are creating our own widget called MyApp. So to this we are extending that MyApp to StatelessWidget. So we need to understand about StatelessWidget. So what is StatelessWidget? Now what is so suppose you have Aadhaar card, right? You have Aadhaar card. Does it change every second? The simple answer for this is no, right? It remains the same, right? So that is stateless. Okay, suppose for next example you have Instagram likes, let's say like 100, 101, 102, 103. So it is keep changing, right? So this is like stateful. So stateful, which is nothing but it keeps changing. Stateless, which is nothing but, let's say like your Aadhaar card, it will not change every second or like over time. So it remains the same. That is stateless. Hence it will change, but it is not that much often like Instagram likes. So where you have an option like the data will change over time, we will use the stateful widget, where the data will not change over time. For in that purpose we'll use stateless widgets. Okay, I hope you guys understood what is stateful and stateless. I have explained this about multiple times in the class as well. So for today, our session, in our session we are not using any change. We are not using any change for this experiment, for this output like ATM machine. This appearance will be, I mean, this text will be the same. It will not change over time. So the reason we are using stateless widget over here. Okay, we are using stateless widget over here in the main.dart. Okay, now to the next understanding about super dot key. So this is nothing but this is nothing but it is a constructor. It is called as constructor. Okay, so Flutter automatically creates this. Okay, it helps Flutter identify widgets efficiently. Let's understand for this time till this much about this super dot key. It helps Flutter to identify widgets efficiently, and that's it. You can understand in this way. So it is called a constructor, and every widget has a constructor. Just remember like this. Remember, every widget has a constructor. Okay, to the next main.dart, we have override, right? So what is override again? What is at the right override? Flutter, or for this answer, Flutter already has a build method. Okay, so we are replacing it with our own implementation. Okay, what do you need to understand? You need to understand Flutter has already a build method. We are replacing it with our own build method, own implementation. That is called a override. Okay, and then we need to understand about widget build this line, right? On clicking on this line, you can just copy this line. Okay, so this is like, this line is very important. This line is very important. Okay, Flutter asks us, what should I display? Okay, So inside build everything written here appears on the screen. Okay, I mean inside this what we have written, that all will appear on the screen. Okay, that will all appear on the screen. So again we have next to the line, to this line, we have written, right? So the first we have written, right? So we need to understand about this. Right, we need to understand about this. So about return, so Flutter asks like what should I Flutter asks like what should I display. Okay, we return, we are writing return our answer and then our answer. Okay, our answer is like nothing but material app, right? About return. Okay, and then about MaterialApp. Okay, MaterialApp. Let's say to understand about MaterialApp, your example, you are constructing a house. Okay, first we need walls, right? First you need walls, right? And then you need rooms, and then furniture in this process, right? And similarly MaterialApp is like the entire house. Everything else comes inside the MaterialApp. Okay, inside the MaterialApp. So next to this, we have written this, right? So what is this? In generic, this is debug show checked mode banner false. Did you notice a debug when written on the emulator? This line hides it only for neat appearance. I mean, see, I'll show you what will happen in the output. Here, output a debug banner will be shown if you make it as true. I mean, Control K, Control C, Control S, and when I click on small r, it will reload. It will hot reload. Hot reload. So you guys can see here it is like debug banner, we got it. Its debugging banner is nothing but it's a um, this line will hide it if you make it false. If not, it will come, right? It will come. That is the difference. And the towards to the next home. So home, where what should appears first when the application starts? What should appears first? That's what we are saying. Home, go to button widget. Okay, because we are creating button widget as part of our experiment currently what we are doing. So let's stop this right now, and after a few minutes we'll start about button widget. What we have written here, what all types of buttons we have, like elevated button, and we have seen multiple buttons in few minutes back, like login, lift, numbers and all. We'll check all those buttons and we'll explore about that. Okay, thank you.